Hello, my name is Michael Kennedy, and I am a paraplegic man. I am 56 years old. I live in Florida, and welcome to my vlog. So, my vlog is a vlog about me, basically, and if you want to watch it, then that's up to you. But if you don't, well, I don't know. Well, I'm in bed today. Today is Monday. It is October, and um, it's the 23rd, and I've been paraplegic for about 6 months now. I'm learning every day. Uh, I'm trying not to take oxycodone, which is prescribed by my doctor. I deal with a lot of pain. I have what's called spinal stenosis. Now, um, I don't have any guests on my vlog, but hopefully I will be doing some medication reviews and getting some ideas as to how to uh, improve my life. So basically, I'm talking about accountability. I have a brother that exercises and stretches with me in the morning. There's some accountability for me. My wife helps me every day. So I've been doing pretty good. I can move my legs a little bit. I have a lawyer for a lawsuit. What happened to me is I had pain in my leg and in my groin, and I went to the emergency room, and it was I would say 8 or 9 out of 10 on the pain scale. Now, uh, people that have chronic pain have different pain levels than normal people. Uh, we're used to being in pain 24/7, most of us. I have a constant pain in my right arm, constant pain in my back. If I move, I am in pain. Uh, So I try not to move too much. I do try and stretch and I take it slow because if I hurt myself too much, I won't want to do any of my exercises. And I won't want to stretch and I won't want to do anything because I'm a normal person and that's how people are. We avoid pain. And that's basically, who I am. I was born in Montague, Massachusetts. Uh, I lived in Massachusetts most of my life. I lived in Lowell. I lived in Chelmsford. Oh, where else did I live in Massachusetts? I think those were. I lived in Shelburne Falls and Buckland. And, like I said, I was born in Montague in 1966. And my family moved in to Lowell when I was 5, and I lived with my grandmother for a little while. And I basically grew up in Lowell and went to Lowell High School. We were very poor. We ended up becoming very middle class. My life, as far as my class, I consider myself low to middle class, which is basically, if you're dealing with a class system, that's what I am. I've gone and I've been as high as you know I made as much as $60,000 a year with my ex-wife, and we made good money together. And I trusted her, which I probably shouldn't have. And that's another story, another day. But I just want to tell you, a little bit about me, and hopefully you will watch my blog. And I have to figure out what day and what time I'm going to post my blog, and how long I want the blog to be. I think I'm going to go for like 10 minutes every time I post or say anything. You are going to notice that I post and say the same things most of the time. I do enjoy talking, and you know, I'm very extroverted. I like people, like to deal with people. I have 3 cats and 3 dogs. I'm married to a very wonderful woman who takes great care of me, and I try my best to take care of her. And I think we get along very well. I think a lot of our people that we run into during the day and stuff like that, if I go to wound care, they think that we're, basically, I don't know, kind of like brother and sister, but not really. I mean, we have a lot in common, and we know each other now, so we complement each other. And that's what a relationship should be. If you're a single guy and you're looking to, you know, not play the field and you're looking to settle down, my advice to you would be to basically find somebody that has a good heart. Because if you find a beautiful woman and she doesn't have a good heart, then, eventually everybody gets ugly. And the ugly inside people is worse than the ugly outside of people. And, my father once told me, he was a very smart man, that there were no ugly women. And I'll tell you this right now. Women, big women, small women, it doesn't matter. They all have hearts. They're all human beings. And, if a woman isn't a supermodel, and you want to date her, then, I'd do it. I mean, see how her heart is, because, one day you might end up like me. And, unfortunately, my wife changes my diaper and wipes my butt and does all the things that a nurse has to do. And unfortunately, that's how life is now. And hopefully I'll get better, and I'll be able to walk again, and I'll be able to do some of the things I enjoy, like going fishing and, just getting out on my own. So that's, basically what I'm working for. And one step closer to that is being able to pivot on my feet, or stand up and pivot and get myself in a wheelchair. And get out of the wheelchair by myself. Those things will help me and my relationship with my wife, and give me more freedom, and give me the ability to do things. Now, I need a ramp outside. I need a better way to get in and out of my house. And, those things will come in time. My wife is waiting for her Social Security disability every day. I look in the mail, and, it's been almost 2 years. She's filed for disability 2 years ago. Last year she got denied, and we appealed, and we haven't heard anything yet. So hopefully we hear back from Social Security soon, and they'll give us back pay, and we'll be able to catch up. Because right now we're a little behind on everything, and waiting for a room that we have to rent out to people. We're going to get about $600 a month for that room. And it's been a long time, waiting to rent this room. I've already had it rented a couple times, and Lori's basically said, I don't want to rent it. And the other day she came up to me and said, let's rent the room. And it's like, every time I put the room on Facebook and get people interested and want people to come visit it, come look at the room, she turns around and says that she doesn't want to rent the room. And, I have to deal with it, and I love my wife, and I wish she would just let me rent the room and finish the room off. But I don't want to rush her. She has so much on her plate. She's always tired. She's sore. She has arthritis, and she takes care of me. And I'm blessed. I really am blessed to have such a great woman. I've had, two and a half great women in my life. I was married to my first wife, Robin, who basically had some issues with her parents and, basically chose them over me and was looking for the love of her father. And, you can never understand it. I mean, I have a daughter, and I love my daughter very much, and it's a normal relationship, or it was a normal relationship. I used to take my daughter out on my day off, and we would go to Chuck E. Cheese and the park and sledding and different places, and I had a really good relationship with my daughter. And then, my wife's parents were basically destructive. They pretty much destroyed my marriage. I was pretty happy in my marriage. Right before my marriage, a year before my marriage, my ex-wife wrote to the newspaper and said I was Father of the Year. The next year I was out. And, it's sad because she never wanted to talk to me, never wanted to, go to a counselor or figure anything out. She basically wanted me out and wanted my house so her parents could live there. Unfortunately, she couldn't afford it. And, her parents weren't giving us anything when we were living there. And basically that's when you live in somebody's house, you have to contribute. And, you can't just not contribute to the house. And what was happening is the parents were going to all three of their children, which wouldn't be bad, but the children were fighting over her parents. Where were they going to stay? Well, I want them to stay with me. I want them to stay with me. I want them to stay with me. And, Burlington was like 45 minutes away from my house, which was where her sister lived, and her brother lived in Florida. And, that's, they played each child against each other. And if my mother-in-law came into town or went up to Massachusetts, my ex-wife would have to go to a doctor's appointment to visit her, to get to see her mother. And, it was sad because, that's, if I hadn't seen my daughter in a long time and I was in the state that she lived in, I was like an hour away from her, I would make time to meet up with her, even if I had to meet her halfway. I wouldn't force her to go to a doctor's appointment. We'd meet at a restaurant or a Dunkin' Donuts or whatever, and we'd have a cup of coffee and we'd just talk because, unfortunately, I didn't have any children besides the one I have, and, there's nobody for her to fight over her parents with, and to have her parents manipulate the siblings against each other. And basically, that's what happened to me. And, this blog is going a little longer, but I just wanted to explain, what happened to my first marriage. And my second marriage, I was very happily, I wasn't married, but I was very happy with another woman. I had Marlene. I met Marlene, and there were plenty of women in between Robert and Marlene. I don't keep tabs. I don't count. I mean, it was what it was. When I got thrown out of my house, that's basically telling me, you don't want to be with me anymore. You don't want to be with me anymore. I'm not the kind of person that wants to be alone. I want to be social. I want to be with a woman. I want to be, you know, I want to hug her. I want to kiss her. I want to hold her. You know, you know, I just, I, that's what I want to be. That's what I want to do. And, you know, I want somebody to be there for me when I get old. And the person I'm with wants somebody to be with her when she gets old, hopefully. And, you know, hopefully I'll get better and I'll be able to take care of her again. You know, I took care of her for a little while when she was unemployed, and we struggled, and we took care of the house, and that's how we got a little bit behind. Now we're starting to catch up a little bit, but it's not easy. It's you know, I only make so much, she only makes so much, and there's so much I have to buy and so many things I have to get. And today I'm out of my medications. I'm out of, I have a medical marijuana card. And that's what I want to review, hopefully. And hopefully you guys will watch my videos to see if you can review them, and and you can share with me what products do you like, what products do the best for your pain. You know, how do you survive? What do you do? You know, are you a paraplegic? Are you a quadriplegic? I have my arm and two legs. This arm, my right arm, is very numb. I have what's called neuropathy. And a lot of you people know what neuropathy is, but it's basically the nerves. And they were pinched for a long time. And this hand, I used to cut meat all the time. And even when I cut meat, towards the end of my career, I couldn't even hold a knife. You know, it's just you know, the cold and throwing boxes in the air and everything kind of kills you. And I was a heavy guy then. I was 450 pounds. And, you know, carrying 450 pounds around with me, and, you know, cutting meat all day, standing up on my feet for 10, 12 hours a day, driving home an hour. It wasn't fun, you know. I mean, I get home and I couldn't even stand. And the next day I'd be hobbling. And I was lucky I worked 4 days a week, Monday through Thursday. But I put a lot of hours in to, you know, basically survive. Especially when I first started. They were busy. I was working until 9 or 10 o'clock at night sometimes on a Thursday or Thursday night, Wednesday or Thursday night. You know, that wasn't easy. And, you know, I can't tell now, but I used to have a bad ankle, a real bad ankle, and arthritis. Arthritis is one of the worst things for pain. So, all right, I'm going to start wrapping this up. I've gone 10 minutes over. I hope you enjoy what's coming up. And thank you for joining me in my first vlog, VLOG, I believe. It's a video blog, is what it is. And I will talk to you guys, I'll say next Monday. Once a week, I'll do a video blog. I'll post it about 5 or 6 o'clock on Facebook and on YouTube. And I'm going to call it a day in the life, maybe, or I don't know what I'm going to call it. I have to figure out a name for it. And that way when people search, they'll find it. Paraplegic me. I don't know. We'll find out. Well, thank you very much for joining me, and have a wonderful day. And my ex-fiance used to like this guy. His name was Red Green. And Red Green used to say, "Keep your sticks on the ice." I don't know. I guess it was funny. Red green is funny. Well, thank you very much once again, and you guys have a wonderful day. I'll talk to you next week. Bye-bye.